Hello my friends, welcome back to another flow. It is a little bit windy out here, so I hope that it doesn't disrupt the video too much. I saw the sun, it's been raining and cloudy all week, and so I wanted to make sure I got out here and filmed an outdoor class for you guys. Today we're focusing on our hips and our hamstrings, so lengthening them, stretching them, as well as activating and strengthening them as well in some more active positions. And I wanted to propose a question, which is, what do you think is the main role, the main purpose of the hamstring in the body, as well as the glutes and kind of the rotators? That's kind of gives it away, but have a think. So we have 3 hamstring muscles, and they're connected to the knee, and they're also connected to the pelvis. One of the main roles of these guys is that they flex the knee, they bend the knee. So anytime that you walk, that you run, that you lift your foot up towards your hip, so you cycle or squat or lunge, you are using your hamstring muscles for that. And the glutes and kind of the rotating muscles within the hip, they're responsible for moving the hip in all the many different directions that it can go in. So helping flex the hip, so you've got your hip flexors, your psoas coming down here, you've got your external rotators taking the knee out, you've got your internal rotators drawing the knee in, and then abducting, adducting, moving in and out. But oftentimes when we live in a very sedentary lifestyle, we sit down a lot, we don't move a lot, these muscles aren't used in the range of motion that they can access. So often the hamstrings can get tight and shortened, and same with the glutes. And we want to be able to find the deep range of motion, lengthen them, strengthen them in those ranges of motion so that we can have really healthy hips and hamstrings. All right, let's start in a standing position, and you're going to face the top of your mat. Going to have a little bit of balance before we, as we begin. So shift your weight into your left foot. Breathe in as you lift your right knee up, and then as you exhale, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, and then sink your hips back and down. I feel like this wind is going to push me over. Breathe in as you lift your knee back up. And then as you exhale, right heel comes down, sweep the hands down to the ground. All right, breathe in, lift the right knee up. Exhale, cross the ankle over, sink your hips back, let the knee drop down to the side. Breathe in as you lift back up. Exhale, heel down, lift your toes as you sweep your hands as far down as you can. Let's try 2 more. Breathe in, lift. Exhale to cross. Breathe in to lift. Exhale, heel down, sweep. And when you do sweep like that, continue in your own time, you really want to think about tilting the pelvis forward. All right, so as you reach your hands down, tilt your pelvis forward, feel the hamstrings lengthen a bit more. Okay, we're going to change to the other side. So breathe in as you lift your left knee up, flex the foot, exhale, cross the ankle over the thigh, hips sink back. Should feel a really nice stretch through the outside of the hip. Breathe in, lift the knee. Exhale, heel down, sweep. Breathe in and lift. Exhale to cross. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, sweep. 2 more in your own breath. So this is bringing a little bit more dynamic movement in, so moving 1 breath per movement. And this is just going to help bring some more blood flow into the muscles, so we can sink into them a little bit more when we slow down towards the end of this class. Okay, come back through standing, shift your weight back into your left foot. Right knee you're going to hug up to the chest. Hands can come around the shin. If you felt like more, try reach down to your foot. Curl the knee, the nose towards the knee. Take a deep breath in here, and then as you exhale, keep the right hand around the foot as you tuck it behind your hip. Squeeze the right knee to the left. Little squeeze of the glute as well to help extend that hip, feeling this maybe in the hip flexors and the quads. Let's try 1 more. So breathe in, draw the right knee up. Exhale, curl in. If you want to challenge your balance, draw your nose to the knee. Breathe in, right foot behind you, hold on to the foot. Exhale, little tuck of the pelvis underneath, hold. All right, let's try that on the other side. So shift your weight into your right foot. Start to lift your left knee, maybe hands around the shin, or you can bring hands underneath the foot. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl. So this can feel quite challenging, flexing the hip like this. It's good, that's why we want to do it. Breathe in, draw the left knee down, hand comes behind, exhale, hold. Shoulders are back. One more, breathe in. Exhale, draw the knee as close as you can, pull on your hands. Breathe in, left knee comes down. Exhale, hold. Bring both feet about hip width distance here. Hands come to hip. Breathe in, lift up really tall. And then as you exhale, push your hips back. We want to maintain a long spine. Find that tipping action from your hips. Think belly button forward. Going down to about halfway. Squeeze the shoulders down the spine. Little tuck in of the ribs. And then as you inhale, come back up. Now you can stay with your hands on your hips. If you felt like a little bit more, you could reach your arms over your head as long as you maintain that neutral spine. Take a breath in through the nose. As you exhale, feel the hinge motion, so pushing your hips back. Hold for your breath in. Exhale, come back up. Let's try one more. Breathe in, lift the arms. Exhale, push your hips back. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades down the spine. Soften the knees here, try not to lock them out. One more breath in. This time as you exhale, fold all the way down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Maybe you take a little shift from side to side here. Bending one knee, bending the other knee, letting the upper back relax, letting the neck relax. And then when you're ready, just step your left foot back. Left knee comes down to the ground. Option if you wanted to, you can keep the left knee off the ground. That's quite fun. Walk your right foot to the edge of the mat. Use your next breath and reach the right hand up to the sky. As you exhale, try bring the right hand down as much as you can, lower the right elbow to the ground. Breathe in and lift, twist the chest. Exhale, bring it down. Two more, breathe in and lift. Exhale. If you do have the back knee off, can you lift the hamstring up to the sky? All right, let's all bring the left knee down to the ground. Walk the right foot in so it's at the center of your mat. Then turn your left toes to the right side. Spin the upper body so it's facing the left. Bring your hands to your hips so you're lifted up. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, push your hips to your right heel. Let your right knee track to the front of the mat. Inhale, come back up. Squeeze the shoulders down. Exhale, bend the right knee. Ooh, it's windy. Breathe in and lift. Exhale to bend. Breathe in and lift. So we're really feeling this through the adductors, the inner of the leg. Exhale, bend. We're going to add on breathe in and lift. This time, draw your right heel to the right side of the mat. Exhale, lean your hips back. Keep the chest open to the front. Breathe in and lift. Turn the right toes back, forward. Exhale to bend. Breathe in and lengthen. Spin the right heel away, toes to the side of the mat. Exhale, push your hips back. Keep the spine really long. Find that tipping action. Breathe in and lift. Exhale to bend the knee forward, drop into your hips. Okay, breathe in to lift, spin the heel down. Exhale, tip the hips back, lean your upper body forward. This time, bring the hands down to the ground. If you felt like more, elbows can come down to the ground. Rock your hip bones back and forward. Press the right foot down to the ground. Try not to let the inside of your right heel, outside of your right foot come off. One more breath. Either staying on the elbows or you can come back to your hands. Breathe in, lift the right hand up to the sky. As you exhale, draw the right hand to the left Right shoulder in the direction of the ground, although it probably may not touch. Big twist through the spine, keep pressing the outside of the right foot down. And then when you're ready, just coming back through center, plant the hands down, tuck onto the left toes, lift the left knee, hop the left foot forward so you're in a wide-legged forward fold facing the left side of your mat. Drop your chest down, maybe you take a little bounce up and down. You want to find that tipping sensation through the hips here as well. Breathe in. Let's lift halfway so your fingertips might come to the ground under your shoulders. Exhale to hold. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down, and if you felt like a little bit more, bring hands to hips or hands over your head. Hold here. So you're pushing your feet down into the ground, engaging the glutes a little bit. One more breath. Breathe in, lift the arms. Lengthen the legs, exhale, hands wide. Turn your right toes to the front of the mat. Pivot onto your back toes. Breathe in as you sweep your left hand high, both hands lift. Exhale, high lunge. Back leg is really long here. Try a little tuck in of the pelvis, and that's going to help lengthen through your left hip flexor here. Breathe in to hold. And then as you exhale, hands come down. Sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. Hold here for a few breaths. Right knee is slightly bent. Draw the right hip in line with your left hip. That's how you're going to feel a little bit more in your left hamstring. Hold here for a breath in. And then as you exhale, right foot comes down, hip width distance, downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. You can stay here or breathe in as you roll forward into your plank position. As you exhale, Chaturanga, tuck in the elbows. Breathe in, lift up tall. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Back again. All right, we're going to try that on the other side. Bend your knees, look forward, step your left foot outside your left hand. And then maybe you keep the right knee off the ground, or you can bring it down to the ground. Breathe in as you lift your left hand up to the sky, twist the chest. Exhale, hand comes down, or try bend the elbow towards the ground. Breathe in and lift, spin the heart. Exhale, bend. Two more. Wherever you are, let's all bring the right knee down to the ground and then walk your left foot to the middle of the mat. Right toes turn to the left side, and then lift yourself up, bringing yourself to the right side of the mat, hands to hips. Hold for your breath in, and then as you exhale, bend your left knee over the toes, drop your hips to the heel. Breathe in and lift up. Exhale to bend. And while you do this, you want to keep the pelvis facing the right, and that's going to help rotate, externally rotate through the hip bone with more integrity. We're going to change it up. Breathe in, lift up. Turn your left toes to the side of the mat, left heel back. Exhale, hinge. So push your hips back, lean your chest forward, long spine. Breathe in and lift. Turn your toes. Exhale, push your hips to the left heel. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale to lift, turn the toes. Exhale to bend. One more like that. This just feels so good. Okay, come back through center. Turn the toes forward. Exhale, hinge your hips back. And then either bringing the hands down to the ground or maybe the elbows down to the ground. Shift your hips back and forward a little bit. Pressing the outside of the left foot down on the ground. Let's try one more breath. Then coming back through center, breathe in, lift the left hand high. And then as you exhale, thread the left hand to the right. Dropping the left shoulder towards the ground. Spinning right shoulder back, left shoulder underneath. One more breath. And then coming back through center. Let's all plant the hands down on the ground. Tuck onto the right toes and then hop your right foot forward so it lands on the mat. Toes turn inwards a little bit. This is going to help internally rotate the hips a little bit more. That's going to help lengthen through the hamstrings and the adductors. You might shift your hips from side to side. Another really nice one I like is taking the hands behind the back and then pulling the knuckles up and over, using that lever as a way to drop the chest down a bit more. Really nice. Bringing the hands down in line with the shoulders. Breathe in as you lift halfway. As you exhale, you can stay here. If you wanted a little bit more, hands could come to the hips. Maintain that really strong, long spine so you're engaging the back and the core to help support you here. Shifting the weight forward into the toes, feeling the glutes engage slightly. Breathe in, lift the arms above the head. Exhale, take the hands wide. Turn your left toes forward. Breathe in, sweep the right hand down, high lunge. Lift the arms above the head, left knee bends. Exhale, open the chest. Just hold here for one more breath. And then bring both hands to the ground. Breathe in as you sweep your left toes high, three-legged dog. Hold here for another breath or two. Softening the right knee, pushing your right heel towards the ground. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, left foot plants down. Downward facing dog, stay here or breathe in, roll yourself forward. Exhale, knees or toes, chaturanga. Breathe in to open. And then as you exhale, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Bring your knees down to the ground. Cross over your feet. Bring your feet out in front. Two options for how we can finish our practice. The first being our Paschimottanasana, our seated forward bend. Another option which brings a little bit more kind of gravity into this movement, but it is a little bit more intense, is Halasana. So what you'll do is that you'll roll onto your back and then you'll take your feet up and over your head. So this, because our weight is above us, it's kind of pulling ourselves down to the ground. You might feel this in the back of the body, the hamstrings. Some people feel this in the back, some people feel this in the back of the neck. Just make sure that wherever you choose, you can stay there and breathe. Softening your facial muscles, softening the jaw and the eyebrows and the eyelids. Take 3 more breaths using an inhale to maybe lift up a little bit. Exhale to fold forward, fold deeper. And then begin to walk yourself back. I'd recommend, if you had any time, to finish your practice in Shavasana or in a seated meditation, then please feel free to. I would highly encourage this. If this is like where you'd like to finish your practice today, I thank you so much for practicing with me. In order to maintain health of the hips and hamstrings, we want to be doing this sort of movement at least kind of 3 times a week, just so that we can teach our body really good movement habits. Make sure that you get up and you walk around, that you move your body in different directions so that our bodies can function in the way that they're supposed to. I thank you so much. Let me know how you found it in the comments below. If you would like to see anything more like this, it's right here, down here. And Patreon is a really great place that you can support this channel more directly if you wanted to see more classes like this pop up. Anyway, I'll see you next time.